Word is, Trump's own cabinet is now seriously talking about invoking the 25th Amendment to remove him from office. Why? Because they believe he may no longer be mentally or physically able to do the job. And here's the wild part. Everything hinges on one key moment, and it's probably not the one you're expecting. Trump's health drama is like a stubborn rash. Every time it seems to fade, boom, back again, louder and messier than before. His odd behavior, the constant word salad moments, and those repeated trips to Walter Reed for annual physicals only add fuel to the fire. By the way, we've covered those in detail in our other videos. But did you catch this moment from a press conference in the Oval Office last week? It raised a lot of eyebrows. Not only does Trump look like he nods off right there, but his face seems to sag again, something doctors say could point to a mini stroke. But here's the thing, that's not actually the reason his own cabinet is talking about the 25th Amendment, so stick with me. And if that wasn't enough, last week Trump also sat down with New York City Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani, someone who's been one of his toughest critics. Just take a look at this.
As Mayor-elect Zoran Mamdani prepares to lead America's largest city, he's keeping it mostly positive on his working relationship with President Donald Trump.
I found in the meeting that I had with the president a productive one, and a meeting that came back again and again to the central themes of the campaign that we ran: the cost of housing, cost of childcare, the cost of groceries, the cost of utilities.
Mamdani, though, also standing by his previous characterization of the president.
Just to be very clear, do you think that President Trump is a fascist?
And after President Trump said that, I said yes. And
So you do.
and that's something that I've said in the past. I say it today. And I think what I appreciated about the conversation that I had with the president was that we were not shy about the places of disagreement.
Disagreement that was not on display during Friday's Oval Office meeting.
I really think he has a chance to do a great job.
The meeting followed by what appears to be a change of heart by Trump on sending the National Guard to the Big Apple.
Do you think he deploy the National Guard to New York City?
Because they need it. Right now, other places need it more, but if they need it, we had a very good meeting yesterday. We talked about that. But if they need it, I would do it.
Conservative activist Laura Loomer reacting negatively to the pivot, writing, "Trump just said Mamdani is rational. There's nothing rational about allowing criminal illegal aliens to terrorize New York," adding, "I'm stunned."
And honestly, folks, if you were confused or even a little stunned by that sudden love fest between a self-proclaimed democratic socialist and an authoritarian strongman, trust me, you weren't the only one. The meeting rattled several of Trump's own cabinet officials so badly that some of them are no longer convinced he's capable of doing his job. Welcome to the party, everyone. And now we're learning even more about what's happening behind the scenes inside the Trump White House and the quiet panic that's been bubbling up for days. Speaking last night on the Daily Beast podcast, author Michael Wolff revealed that at least one cabinet member was so alarmed by that Trump-Mamdani meeting that he's now seriously considering invoking the 25th Amendment to declare Trump incapacitated and remove him from office.
Well, this was kind of, I had been puzzling about this Mamdani thing, as the whole world was puzzling about this.
This is the press conference with Mamdani going down to D.C.
Yeah, and with
Trump.
this love fest. Trump doesn't have a love fest with anyone except himself. So it was like shocking. So I spoke to some of the people, and particularly one person I speak to often in the White House, and I would characterize this person as quite up close to what is going on. And I said, well, what was everybody's reaction to this? And he said, everybody's reaction was, what the
Really?
Yeah, and it was like, nobody expected that. This was not the script. It was completely out of the blue. And then he added, and concerning. So he says, literally, the only explanation was that the guy forgot who he is. So weird, he says. And then he said, It gives you a 25th Amendment shiver.
Wow, the 25th Amendment being when you can remove the president because he's no longer in sound mental health,
That's
sound
what it
mental
is.
state.
Yes. So at any rate, I
Wow.
mean, I don't know. We're just encapsulating that one moment. But the people around Trump saw that moment and they were, to say the least, startled.
I mean, hey, better late than never, right? Maybe this is why J.D. Vance, the racist Care Bear himself, suddenly seems to be backing away from Trump on foreign policy. Maybe this is why Secretary of State Marco Rubio is tiptoeing around the situation instead of saying what he really thinks. And look, let's be honest. With Ukraine negotiations still hanging in the balance, the economy struggling, jobless claims creeping upward, and those expired healthcare subsidies about to squeeze American wallets even more, this is a very fragile moment for the country. Even Trump's most loyal diehards don't want a sagging, half-awake vegetable steering this train straight off a cliff. Or a turkey, for that matter. And if you need proof of Trump's turkey energy, just take a close look at that neck. Gobble, gobble. Anyway, moving on. Maybe, just maybe, the universe is gearing up to hand us all an early Christmas gift, a new president for 2025. Of course, that would mean J.D. Vance, and he comes with his own set of problems. But hey, at least we might finally get those new couches in every American home. Just think about it. That's the latest for now. We'll keep tracking every development as it unfolds. Thanks for watching. Stay informed, stay sharp, and I'll see you in the next update.